Yeah. Well, today is January 11th, 2022. Well, this number is 11122. That plays a huge part of really my life. Or the way I do it is you can use this method in any ways and how numbers align for you. And when I say how numbers align, you kind of remind yourself, because every one number and the ways align for you that day, that moment, literally that time, is how you bring things into order. And when I say that, for me is, for example, I'm just using myself as an example. Today is January the 1st, the 11th, 2022. And today is 22 months since I came back from LA to Honolulu. So today is like a day, a month. I can't say day, is a month that I check in with myself. And some people may have started this in March. And so, or some people may start this way of counting in January, or whatever month you want to start. Some people count it on their birthday. And so when we work with numbers, my number and your number is totally different because we have different waves of things happening within our life. But the numbers have a meaning to it. And it's how you bring in that energy, that power of energy. Because we went over on moon power, right? On the full moon, we do certain things such as letting go. So when the new moon comes in, we can fill it up with new intention. And so it's like a cycle of things that we create within ourselves. Whether it's a challenge that we're doing, whether it's a certain goal that we have, but each and every one of them, we kind of dissect it a little bit more to get a finer tune in what we're going to go and do for ourselves, whether it's we use the moon power, and the thing when I say moon power is the strongest light, and light is a different power. And so there's a whole bunch of series that that works on the way I do my journey, my readings of how I do it with people, how I do it within myself, and how I teach. And you implement these tools so you can really manifest it, really read into yourself, which when we do that is called self-awareness. And so once we do self-awareness, things will happen automatically in a way, because you're rolling out literally the red carpet because you have a plan of action. And so the 1122 is a symbol of energy of, guess what? Oneness. That connects your energy. So whether it's like today, whether it's like tomorrow, or whether you're just happen to be waking up and it's 11:22, these are numbers that makes you feel that symbolic energy of oneness. Like, oh, I got lucky, I saw that. It gives you that connection within yourself, and you feel this completion of something that takes you to awareness, spiritual growth, and awakening. And a lot of times people said, oh, I'm awake, I'm spiritually awakened, and people's like, okay. But it happens. It truly happens, because Once we start implementing certain tools that the universe comes with, I mean, it comes with when we get born into this world, it comes with what? These elements in our life that we kind of just take it for granted, whether it's the air that we breathe and how we breathe in certain breathing exercise to utilize it the best way. And, you know, like breathing exercise, there's so many different breathing exercises that we do, and we can learn how to de-stress ourselves, how to get out that migraine headache, how to, when you're hyperventilated and you're just getting too, the anxiety and the stress start coming, there's a way to calm down your mind into oneness. And that gives you that, that connection and the completion of knowing that you're in peace, you're calm, and you can make a better decision. And so, you know, these kind of tips I'm giving is, I watch people. When I go to a meeting, I don't even know, I do the scan. And I do a scan of each and every one of the people that's sitting there. And when I do that, I'm focused to see, is there any problems? Because the problems that we bring in, everyone's problem can be like, oh crap, I forgot to drink my coffee this morning. Oh no, the kids were going crazy this morning. I forgot to take my vitamin or my medication. Or, you know, you have a disagreement with your, you know, your husband or your wife or your other half. Or you got into work and your assistant didn't finish up the work. And so you look at, because why we look at problems first is because most of the time we complain about having problems. And so because we don't take action immediately in seeing that problem when you walk in, you're setting up yourself filled with tension, filled with anger, filled with a lot of negative energy. And so whether you are in a disagreement of what happened this morning or that, these problems of energy surface. And so literally, the person sitting next to you or that person when you're at work and you need to act professional, or you're at a meeting where you're giving out a certain lecture, webinar, whatever. Now we're on Zoom. You could be teaching a class filled with kids screaming and yelling. And so it doesn't matter where we're at, it can be one-on-one, but when you do this method of stepping back and just doing this scan to see what the problem is, the action of how you present yourself will become your shield. Because if you fall into other people's problems, their drama, their negativity, their anger, or they're ready to do some spitfire at you, you know, and their egos are like, and so all of these things, you need to quickly find a solution to solve this energy. It's a lot to take in, but if you start doing that, you're going to be so much on top of your game. Why? Because you are not getting other people or letting them enter into yourself. And because the thing is like, you hear the word, misery loves its company. Well, this is the time when that misery is coming in to find that company, whether you're in the lunchroom or whether you're at a restaurant, whether you are at your desktop and doing Zoom. You know, all of that energy creates that frequency literally on the other end. And so these tips, once again, is to first of all, because today is January 11th, 2022, and it's been 22 months, so I have all of these beautiful numbers, boom, 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 boom. I know it's time for me to really acknowledge, because a part of this number is that this number is giving you confirmation from your angels, your guardian angels, or acknowledge your spirit growth, because you are awakened to your surroundings, your situation. And so they are just showing you that you're on the right path to knowing yourself and others more deeply. Makes sense? Because it sure helped me, because I used to be so angry and ready to beef and ready to like fight and ready to put my guard and ready to, you know, on guard, and I don't even know why I'm pissed off, but this is what happened this morning, you know, and all of that energy was just built up from maybe the day before, because I carry that energy, you know, and once we start carrying all of these energy, we self-sabotage our own self, because we start to not be aware of yourself, because you grasping other people's energy. Once again, misery loves this company. And so here's just really some of my tips to really help anybody in any kind of situation, because it doesn't matter. Energy, vibration, and that frequency, our body, mind, our spirit, and most of our soul observes all of that. And so that's why I'm saying it's nice to learn about things that's different, unique, and to me it makes sense. And I hope these tips and much more to help us be self-aware, which we can call self-realization. Because once we do self-awareness of within ourselves, we can do self-realization around us, because we realize what's going on, you know, and all of that all comes with our daily practice of self-care. And so there is a deeper meaning of all of this. And this is really my spiritual growth because of that. Sore no okage-sama de in Japanese, you know, because of that, I learned how to be much more mindful, and the positive meaning of numbers, of the elements around us, the 5 elements that is around us, and how we can utilize, whether it's the air, the water, the fire, the earth. And so these are the things that, like I said, we're going to have some courses, mini courses that we're going to do, and just so we can go into details, because this gives us time to grab a pencil, start writing it down, because it will help all of us. But like I said, everyone is a beautiful, unique soul. So these numbers and these ways of using and utilizing this thing that we got when we were born into this earth, and we don't get taught in school about it. And so all of these things that You bring together from all over the world, because it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, or what this and that. This is all about humanity, of us being here at this time, at this space, and in this history of this world on this day, January 11th, 2022. It gives me such pleasure to know what my passion, what my journey is, and what my path is. It took me a while to be really able to talk like this, because, you know, I would be so conscious about what people would think. They will think I'm cuckoo, or they'll think like, what is she talking about? But the thing is, once you use it, like I've been using it, it works. And so stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can get our newsletter and be ahead of the game on when we're going to be having our mini courses or our webinar or anything else that Cocojor is doing. So stay tuned, and don't forget, really take the time to get these 3 things in your life, because it's life. Start to get your self-awareness, get that moment, that true life purpose, that aha moment, that, you know what? Move out world, here I am kind of feeling. But also making sure that your ego is grounded as well, because you see a lot of people who have received God's gift, talent, such as everyone. But those that brings it to the next level is because they got the self-awareness that I can play basketball really good. I can play baseball really good. I'm really good at painting. I'm really good at singing. I'm really good at crocheting. And so all of those things are our gift. We just need to know how to use it and be aware of it. So that's where self-awareness comes in. Then once you understand that, you're going to go into self-realization on what's around you. And that's another thing in how you can bring in all of these tools into your life. Look at this. Look how much cotton I went pick in 22. I started off with nothing. I came back from LA, so it's been, I don't know, maybe 18 months of cotton from the ground up, and I have fresh cotton. Feels so good. So these are the kind of things that now, because I'm self-aware of what happened, I can now start creating this and giving it to all of you guys as well too, so you can enjoy and make it a self-realization and how good going organic, natural for your skin and your inward. And so all of this is all combined, which is, once again, self-awareness, self-realization, and you can start to do self-care like this. And so it does take time. Nothing grows overnight. You don't grow overnight. We all born with a beautiful soul. And sometimes that beautiful soul, like the lotus, needs to get dirty to actually blossom to a beautiful flower petal blooming. So you take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful 2022. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube, and most of all, enjoy life journey. Aloha, and get more tips from Cocojor.